Everybody stand up. All right, so on the count of 3, I want you to clap your hands and interlace your fingers. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Which thumb is on top? Yell it out at me. Okay, it's different for everybody. All right, now unclap, unlace, and clap your hands with the other thumb on top. 1, 2, 3, go. Ooh, how's that feel? Weird, awkward, different. Yeah, I saw some of you straight up just miss, just whoa. All right, now unlace, clap that second way again. 1, 2, 3, go. What'd you notice about the second time? Somebody went back to the original, Omar said? It's still a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit, weird. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, go. That second way. All right, and again. And what do you start to notice over time? It starts to get easier, right? It becomes more familiar. And isn't that the process of change? Initially, when change happens, we'll all remember forever what was going on in our lives March 2020. But once we started to get really familiar with some of the changes that were happening, but we started to kind of adapt to it, right? And that's the process of change. And initially, when change happens, naturally and instinctively, your brain is going to release a little bit of cortisol. The survival centers of your brain are going to release a little bit of cortisol and adrenaline because, rewind to caveman days, cavewomen days, back in prehistoric days, if too much change was happening, that meant there was an increased chance of death. So this part of our brain has evolved with us over the course of time. So anytime change happens, instinctively your brain is going to release a little bit of the stress hormone, a little bit of cortisol. So our jobs is to become a little bit more internally aware and make sure that we remember when you're uncomfortable, it's a good thing. When you're uncomfortable, that means you're growing and you're learning, you're evolving. So being uncomfortable is a very good thing. Everybody, turn to your neighbor, give them a high five and say, "You make me uncomfortable." Who remembers Blockbuster Video? Oh man, back in the 90s, Blockbuster Video having their heyday, multi-billion-dollar company. And then what happened? What happened in the early 2000s? Streaming happened, right? So Netflix comes out. Blockbuster Video digs their heels in the sand and they say, people are going to want to hold their movie and put their DVD or even VHS into the player, so they didn't do anything about it. And then you remember Redbox, right? Redbox comes out. And the cost of movies goes down to 99 cents, and Blockbuster still didn't do anything. And then Amazon Prime Video, and we all know the story from there. At some point, Blockbuster tried to come out with their little kiosks like Redbox, but it was just too late, and they ended up going bankrupt. And this was the last Blockbuster Video. Any idea of where this last Blockbuster was? Bend, Oregon. That's home for me, by the way. I do live in Oregon. But things are changing. They're changing fast. And again, it's up to us to adapt. Now, if you eat at McDonald's, I highly recommend that you don't. But if you do, you're going to start seeing these order kiosks, and things are changing, right? Some of these low-level skill jobs are being replaced by machines, and so we've got to skill up, right? We've got to tool up. Self-driving vehicles are coming out. The world is changing, and it really boils down to this Darwin quote. Darwin said that it's not the strongest of the species that survives, nor is it the most intelligent, but it is the one that is most adaptable to change.
And then after his keynote, people were blown away. They were excited, they were motivated, they were energetic.